What's going on, everybody? Today we are here with Tomas from the Czech Republic. He's done over $200,000 worth of payouts with prop firms and recently did over 5K of withdrawals with Blue Guardian. And we wanted to find out what makes traders like this tick. So in these videos, we're going to be chatting with him, talking a bit about his journey and finding out exactly how he got to this point of getting such amazing results. So welcome, Tomas. Thank you for chatting with us today.
Hi, glad to be there.
Cool. I just wanted to start off by maybe looking into maybe what introduces, what kind of initially drew you to trading with prop firms in the first place?
Basically, what got me into the prop firm space was lack of my own capital. Yeah, and basically when I start trading, I was studying IT school, IT university before, and during the COVID, I was looking for something online. Yeah, I knew some people before who was into the trading, but it was like something about multi-level marketing, if you know. Yeah, so they got me into the trading.
Right.
But every time when I was looking on the trading and calculating the percentage I need to gain to achieve something, I was still looking for how I receive that amount money, yeah, for same kind of job I'm doing every day. So that was the main reason what took me into the prop firm trading, because for me it's like two main thing for me is lack of capital and psychology thing. And psychology thing was the hardest part in my journey in the trading, because when I'm trading with my own money, it's kind of different, right? Yeah, so that was the main part with me about prop firm space and everything connected into this.
Right. And what was there like a pivotal moment for you that like significantly boosted your payouts with prop firms when it came to trading this way?
Basically, when I lost my first funded account, yeah, when I realized that the amount of money I can gain from prop firm account and the amount of money I need to give into the account is something I cannot compare, like in overall. Yeah, these amounts are like crazy difference, and I realized the possibility what I can do with the prop firm capital when I lose my first account, because on my first account it was like $100,000, and yeah, I made like 3% payout. Then I lost the account, and I was like, okay, I'm not good enough, I need to change something. But then I realized that I made 10% in 30 days, because before it was on 30 days the challenge. Yeah, and I made 10% in 30 days. Then I made phase 2 5% in 2 weeks, I guess. And I realized that I made 18% gain, that I need to step up in my head. Yeah, this was the biggest and hardest thing for me to understand, to boost my payouts. And there was no issue about my strategy or something, but the main issue was with the risk management. Yeah, if I understand how to trade and how to properly use my risk management, that was the thing that boost my payouts. Not mostly because of one account, but when I realized that I can use more accounts and doing the same thing on more accounts with risking more on one trade. Yeah, and during these years, when prop firms changed the rules that you don't have time limitations and something like that, it was the best part for me when I can use low risk, take a longer, take longer time to achieve passing these goals. So that was the main part for me when I boost my payouts, because I just multiply my accounts and risking less and less. So that was the biggest realization for me in the prop firm space.
And do you trade all of your accounts together or do you trade them all separately with different management for each account?
Yeah, actually, before it was like my goal to have like as much as I can in one account, like together, trade them together. But there is a thing that a lot of firms before didn't allow EAs to copy trades or think about using different provider of liquidity. So I have different uh, setups and different amounts of entries, yeah, by pips and everything, and different spreads. So it was pretty hard to manage all these accounts together. So I decided to split them and used like 2 or 3 accounts at the same time. And if I make like let's say 1.5 and or 2% on account, I go on the another accounts. Yeah, because for me it's like it's not about draining every single account to the maximum I can gain every month, but to consistently gain what I need to gain to be like okay and receive decent amount of money each month.
Right. And do you find that trading them separately like that? Do you find that it's kind of advantageous to some degree because you can kind of like put some profit aside on one account and then move on to another without any trades or negative trades potentially affecting your profits on other accounts? Or do you just do this because of the fact that you can't just copy them all together?
Uh, because the first thing, because I can make profits and give them aside and go on to another one. It's like it's for me. It's like every single account is challenging me to do good. Yeah, to be in profit and work on that account until it is in the profit. Yeah. Sometimes I have like really good week when I manage to make profits on let's say 3 or 4 accounts, and second week is really dry for me, and I'm spending kind of lot of time on another parts of accounts, but in the end it's helping me to make a stable trading. And every time when I look back to last week or previous 2 weeks, I can say, okay, it was really good 2 weeks. I made enough profit. So it will took me longer now, but my head is still okay. And psychology is for me the main thing in the trading. For me, it's like 90% of my trading is just my head and how I do feel, and that's affect everything around my trading. So giving my profits aside is something what really helps me, and I know that I can do more, but in the end, sometimes less is more, and stay consistent and make profits every month on weekly basis is something that pushing me higher and higher in the trading. So it really helps me
Right.
to
And
separate profits.
and for you in terms of prop firms versus personal accounts, how do you treat those two different things? Do you place any kind of onus or any kind of urgency on trading personal accounts, or are you mainly focusing on prop accounts for now?
Actually, no, but I treat my personal account really different. Yeah, my personal account I treat like I can do swing trading. There is less rules for me. I can do different risk management on personal account. So if on because on funded accounts I have strict rules, yeah, and would be really dumb to breach any of them, to lose the account because of the history I made with the accounts is like nonsense for me. Yeah, for sure I can lose the account if I am not doing everything correctly and if I am not consistent enough to to remain in positive numbers. But personal account for me is like I can risk 2%. Depends on how much is my personal account. Yeah, because when I open like account for flips, just for fun, it's more like gamble. Yeah, like using 10% risk per trade. It's like just for fun, and sometimes it looks like ego trading. Yeah, but on funded account, I need to trade like I'm employee. Yeah, for someone. So it's really different because following rules on funded account giving me like different point of view on forex. Yeah, trading my personal account. Yeah, I personally on my personal account, I trying like shorting indexes like Nasdaq and Dow Jones, because if I'm treating them like stocks, and every time I'm buying and buying, yeah, like investing in stocks, I'm trying to do like completely different thing. I'm trying to short them for short term trading, but I took the trade for, like, let's say 3-4 days, but on my funded accounts I'm trading only intraday trading. So what I do in the day, that's the end of the day. Yeah, nothing on swing trading or anything. I just, when the day ends, next day is the new day for me. Yeah, no trades from last day, nothing from yesterday. It's just new day, new opportunities for me. So that's the main difference for me between personal account and funded account. And probably, basically, when I spoke before about the psychology thing, what was the hardest part for me on funded accounts? Now, psychology thing on funded accounts is more important for me than on my personal account. Yeah.
Right, that makes total sense. And let's talk briefly about your strategy. Kind of, and we're going to go a lot more in depth on the strategy in a different video. But I just wanted to quickly, briefly go over your strategy. Do you primarily trade only one strategy, or do you adapt differently just depending on the market conditions?
Basically, my strategy is a strict strategy, right? What I'm looking for is the fundamentals days. When there is like heavy fundamentals, I'm really just observing the charts, then just taking the same trades, like when there is no heavy fundamentals day. But I have strict strategy. I have rules for everything, because for me the best thing I realized is every strategy. What are you testing or doing? We are doing by backtesting the data and trying to trade it onto the live markets. But there's a thing that when you are backtesting your strategy, you have no emotions, no feelings, and everything is pretty fast. Yeah, you just multiply the speed and everything is pretty fast. So you have no feedback for your emotions, how fast the trade was or something like that. Because as you can see, you will just push replay, push the trade. Okay, I will enter here. Okay, that was fast. TP2, it's okay for me. But on the other side of hand, the TP2 was like, okay, I was 5 pips to my stop loss. My emotions are pretty high. Yeah, I'm overthinking, like, okay, I will close the trade. I will do something different. Yeah. And then TP2, okay, let's say okay. But in the live trading, probably few people will close the losing trade before it starts turning around, yeah, to the profit. So for me, the main part in my strategy is to have strict rules, yeah. And strict rules, I mean strict rules for everything. I mean strict rules for looking for the zone, strict rules for the trend, yeah, strict rules for the stop loss, and how to managing the trade. Yeah, because let's say I'm doing just 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, because every time when I try to get higher risk reward ratio, it was like I should close here, I should close here, or what if it go will what if the price will go up? Yeah, and when I start overthinking like that, yeah, because in backtesting you every time have the best opinion on the trade. I will close here, yeah, because it's I see there is a demand zone. I will close here for 100% sure, but in the live trading, you act differently. Yeah. So strict rules for every single step I do in the market is the main part for me, that I cannot change it in the live trading. Yeah. And when I'm backtesting my data and when I'm live trading, it has to be the same, because I'm trading every time the same rules, so it's easy to connect them between past and now. Yeah, so that's that's the I think that's the hardest part in the trading, to realize that what you are backtesting, you need to push it the same way onto the live trading, because that's the reason when you can have like self-reflection of yourself and your strategy, and then we can talk about results. Yeah, because if there will be entry for me, let's say I will enter long on GBP USD and I got stopped out on backtest, I will say, okay, I didn't feel it will be good trade, I didn't enter, so I will put no stop loss today. But in the live trading I got stopped out because it was based on my rules. Yeah.
Right. It seems like kind of like discipline and having strict rules is one of the biggest parts of your trading mindset and your trading strategy. I just wondered how that then applies to when you start going into drawdown or having a bit of a cold streak with your trading. How do you handle that?
Yeah, this is, I guess, my biggest issue when I'm handling drawdown or or cold streak. It's the thing that the account, when I lost like many trades in a row or got in the bigger drawdown for me, it's like I will say, okay, I have another accounts to do. I know I had lose streak, so now I will turn it into the winning streak. But I'm putting more effort into making accounts who are not in drawdown to make them in the surplus and make some profits to get out the money. And I'm trying to the accounts who are in the which are in the drawdown. I'm trying to push them slowly. Yeah. But to be honest, this is my biggest mistake. I know it. I am not consistently taking trades on accounts which are in the drawdown. Yeah, like if I am in drawdown like for 5%, it took me a little bit longer to get again in the positive amounts. So yeah, it's kind of changing my mindset and psychology thing when the drawdowns come. But I am not rushing the process, but I need to every time settle down, look what I've done wrong or what was the situation on the market. Did I didn't wrote the fundamentals news correctly or something like that, and then I move on. Yeah, but yeah, accounts in drawdown is my biggest mistake, that I'm not rushing the process to getting them back in the positive amounts. So I need to work on that, because this is not about psychology but about laziness, I guess. Because I know that I can make profits on another accounts, so I make profits on another accounts, and on the accounts in drawdown, I am like just it's just like I reset my mindset. I forgot that I have accounts in drawdown and focus on accounts where I can make faster profits right now. And then I am every time I was like, okay, but I can take at least one account in drawdown, take it to the accounts which I'm taking to the plus, yeah, and slowly building them up, yeah, and maybe with the less risking per trade or something like that. But yeah, I'm working on it. So I guess when someone is doing trading and doing it for a long time, it will really evolve your psychology and personality, like not just behind the charts, but all around your life. So yeah, there is every time there is
Right.
some challenge for you which you need to handle.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that, prop firms were a big advantage for you, and it was a big deal when you discovered them and were introduced to them. What do you think are the biggest misconceptions that people have about prop firms nowadays?
I guess me personally, every time when I'm trying like a new prop firm, I'm always looking for reviews. Yeah, but it's kinda different to check reviews on prop firms than on some other product, because if you buy car, let's say, you will have same reviews almost on every page. Yeah, but in the trading and prop firms, there is a really different thing when looking for reviews, because every single of us have kind of different approach of trading, and prop firm have strict rules. So every time when someone breached the rules or didn't receive the payout because of something, yeah, they every time wrote a review based on their point of view, yeah. But you need to understand the fact that every single trader at that specific prop firm is treated same way. Yeah, everyone have the same rules, everyone looking on the same charts, everyone having the same candles, yeah, everyone having the same spreads. So from like comments on prop firms for me is mostly because of people who has not a really good approach to trading, who try to gamble or make money fast or pass challenges in 1 or 2 days. Yeah, because before I thought passing challenge in 3 days is a flex, but it isn't. I was completely wrong, but it was mostly because of the 30 days challenge that you need to make 10%. So I was really happy when I passed challenge in 3 days. But at these days, when someone told me that they passed challenge in 2 days, I can clearly say that they will lose the accounts in 2 months. Because it's not about consistency, it's about rushing the process, it's about over leveraging, risking too much per trade, yeah, and hunting the trades, let's say. Yeah, okay, you can take 3 good trades with really perfect risk reward ratio, but then we have to talk about risk management per trade and rushing the process, because for me, I'm just waiting for the chart to come to my area of interest. Yeah, I'm not rushing every single candle. Uh, I don't want to trade every single candle. Yeah, I can sit behind the computer whole day and even didn't take the trade because it didn't follow my rules. Yeah, so for me, if someone will tell me, okay, I'm on challenge, I am 5% plus, but it took me like 1.5 month, yeah, like 40, 50 day. I will say, okay, you are on perfect way to be successful because you are consistent, you have good risk management, and you are trading with a good mindset. Yeah, you are not trying to rush the process. So the thing about prop firms really depends on the people who trade it, but I think the biggest issue is when people losing their money or breaching rules only because they are rushing the process or not following the rules, and they breaching the accounts, and they thinking that this is the issue of prop firms and they are scamming people only. But I think the best thing what trading gives me is the self-reflection and understanding that every mistake I did will show later or will show right now, and I am responsive for I am responsible for every mistake I did in the trading. So this is the easiest way to get your hands clapped and lose the account. So yeah, I think this is the biggest like a bubble around prop firms. Yeah, I know there was any issues in last years with prop firms, but when you're trying to find trustworthy prop firm and following their rules, you will be okay with everything, I guess.
Right. So in your opinion, like you said, a lot of the a lot of the problems that people have with prop firms is really just arising because they're not following the rules and they're not having a strict set of rules for themselves when they trade with prop firms rather than issues arising from prop firms. And that's why people have such a negative view of prop firms, because there's so many people that treat it as a gamble rather than having strict rules. And when they inevitably break the rules and breach their accounts, they're not looking to take responsibility. They're wanting to put the blame somewhere else, which usually ends up as a review for prop firms. And I've seen this with a lot of other prop firms as well. But in your opinion, what is the biggest difference between those people that practice these strict rules and are actual traders versus those who just gamble? What is the biggest difference between gambling and being a profitable trader?
Like every time when someone asking me about trading, they thinking that every single step I did on the charts is like 50 on 50. Yeah, it's like gamble. Yeah, and that's the point when I'm getting into the discussion with people who are not inside the trading because they see it like a gamble. Yeah, it's like 50-50. It's like playing roulette without having a green. Yeah, and that's the that's the main part when I am getting into the discussion with them because it's pretty hard because they don't understand the process and how to treat the markets and how to trade. But for me, the biggest difference in the profitable trader and someone who's just gambling is that the profitable trader is a well educated individual in the trading space who can follow the rules, who have strict risk management, who have really good psychology, and who can have really good self-reflection of themselves because uh, every single of us have some kind of part gamble inside them. Yeah, I think everyone here just trying to sometimes trying to bet on something just for fun, yeah, or something like that. Gamble, yeah, risking something. It's like a natural thing for people, for a human being, yeah, to risking something and trying to do some risky stuff. And for me, the biggest difference is in the education for the people, and also about the rushing the process because when someone is gambling in prop firm space, let's say now, for me it's like they are trying to get rich fast. Yeah, because their idea is like if I pass challenge and all these evaluations pretty fast, and then I can make profit because in their point of view it's like 50 on 50 because you can lose 10% or you can gain 10%, let's say, and you will pass the phase one. Yeah. Phase two, it's 5% plus or 10% drawdown. So it's a bit easier. So let's say it's 75% on 25 about passing and not passing the challenge. And that's the thing that's putting people into the gamble because they are trying to rush it and get money fast, get rich fast. This scheme of nowadays it's trying to push them to make a lot of money each month. But if you want to make a lot of money each month, every single month, trading isn't for you. So this is the main part for me because main difference, I guess, the education and the psychology and self-reflection of yourself because trading can change you like a human being, yeah, in overall, but you cannot change trading. That's the main fact, I guess.
Right. And a lot of people that start trading often fall into that trap of treating trading kind of like a casino, kind of like gambling. What would your advice be to those getting started with trading so that they don't go down the wrong path of being a gambler and instead going towards being more of a consistent, profitable trader?
For me, like what personally helps me, like I trying to split my gambling side and my trading side. Yeah. when I'm trading, I'm still trying to follow my strict rules. To be honest, every one of us can make mistakes and make something differently. But if we're gonna talk that in 95% of trades you are consistent enough, you will be profitable trader. Because if you have like every time I'm saying, if you have strategy which isn't working, just change the strategy because charts go just up and down. Yeah, and in forex you can sell and buy, so selling and buying. So for me, it's like remain consistent and trying to split these two things, gambling and trading, because trading isn't gambling at all, and gambling isn't trading at all. So what I'm doing personally, I know that like my family hates me for that, but when I'm trading, I'm just focusing on the trading. And as I said before, every single of us have some kind of gambling personality inside of us. Uh, I do sometimes bet on sport matches, like or playing like when I'm playing with my friends, like Counter Strike. We are trying to gamble skins, yeah, or betting on skins, yeah. So the gambling part is somewhere here, and the trading part is here. Yeah, so I know I have gambling part of myself, but I'm trying to treat trading like a real business. Yeah, and if you can imagine that you have a huge company with at least 500 employees, you wouldn't gamble your your company money, yeah, on buying stocks or trying to trade them. Yeah, so just treat trading like your main job or something what can makes your living for a whole life. And yeah, you can gamble, but every time when you try to gamble, try to remember that you have strict rules in the trading about consistency, about strict rules, about risk management, and to use at least the risk management and in your gambling, because gambling without risk management will cost you more than trading without risk management. Yeah. So this
Right.
is my advice for these people.
Right. That's honestly great advice. Tomas, thank you so much for chatting with us today. I think everybody learned a lot from us chatting. And yeah, guys, Thomas is a really, really good trader. He's made over 200K. So a lot of the stuff that we've spoken about today is super valuable. So if you've stuck around till now, thank you very much for watching. I'm sure you got a lot of value. Tomas, thank you very much for chatting with us today.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you.